Hey Team Realize, Coach Daphne here. I'm curious, how many of you are familiar with the customer life cycle? So if you've been one of my personally sponsored coaches, you might have heard me reference the fishing analogy. And I look at coaching very similar to going fishing. And what a lot of coaches do is they go out, they go fishing, they catch a customer, they throw them in their ice bucket, and they leave them there. So one, how good of a fisherman does that make you? Two, how do you know how well that fish is going to taste for dinner if you haven't done anything with it, right? You might be thinking, Daphne, I'm still not understanding how this all works. Well, when it comes to being a coach, you need to be providing the best customer service possible for a couple of reasons. One, you want to retain that customer. These customers that are purchasing from you, even if they're signing up for the free membership, they're coming to you because of you. There are over 100,000 Beachbody coaches out there, and they could go to any website. They can even go to the Beachbody website and purchase their products, but they chose to work with you. Now you need to return that favor and not just accept the commission check based off their purchase, but actually provide value in the coaching that you do. So there's two types of customers that we work with. One are the customers that just go out to our site and sign up for a free player membership, or it's a lead given to us from somebody that went out and signed up for the free player membership, meaning they haven't bought anything yet, but they signed up for a free account, which typically means that they're looking, they're interested, something sparked their interest to go to your site or the Beachbody site and sign up for that free account. So the way that you work with that customer is going to be a little bit different than a purchasing customer, a buying customer. Usually when you get those new customers, most of the time you don't know them. It's just someone that randomly ended up on your site, or you might know them and they went to your site and signed up for the free membership, but they're just not ready to buy yet. So you need to send them a nice little welcome message. Now, I suggest putting together a template, just a general template of, welcome to the Beachbody community, do an introduction of who you are, maybe a very short, couple sentences about your story and how you got started with Beachbody, and then just let them know that you're here as a resource. Ask them maybe why they joined, they're signed up for the free membership so that you know how to help them in the future, and then provide something of value, maybe a little fitness tip or something like that. Most of the time, keep in mind, those customers, especially the free leads, most of the time they don't respond back to your email message. So it's up to you to put together a system of how often that you want to reach out to those new customers. Now, what I recommend is after your welcome email, add them to your contact list. And every month, at least once a month, you should be sending out either some type of email newsletter or, update if you're not using any type of email program that customizes, things for you. At least make sure you're sending out once a month an email message to all your customers, even if you only have 2 customers right now, letting them know of the monthly specials that are going on, any new programs that are coming out, just so you're at least touching that customer in some way and they're hearing from you every single month, if not sooner. Now, this is where it gets big, and this is where the whole fishing analogy comes back into play. Once you have a buying customer, meaning someone went out to your site and they purchased a product, it doesn't matter what product that it is, you need to make sure that you're not just going, yes, I got a customer, I collected my 25% commission, moving right along. Because again, that's what a lot of fishermen do, right? They're just out for the sport of the fishing. They don't care about the fish or the well-being of the fish or, how to prepare the fish, things like that. So what you need to do as a coach is put on that customer service hat. And there's a couple of steps that you should be taking with all of your new customers. First and foremost, when they buy something, every single morning you should be checking your back office for new orders. So when a customer purchases something, you need to send them a thank you. Thank you for your order. Now, it gets a little tricky because if this is a brand new customer and they bought something on the first time, you kind of want to mesh that welcome email with a thank you. Like, welcome to Beachbody. We're so glad that you've decided to take on this next step in your journey. Thank you for your order of Insanity, Hip Hop Abs, Shakeology. Customize it. Don't make it so general where a customer would look at it and go, oh, yep, they probably mass emailed this to everybody. You want to make sure you include their name, include what product that they bought, and then let them know about the next steps. So for example, Sally purchases Shakeology. I'm going to send her a thank you email. Sally, thank you so much for your order. If this is your first time trying Shakeology, I'm so excited. Chocolate's my favorite one. I noticed you ordered the chocolate. If you'd like to sample any other flavors, respond to this email message, and I'd be more than happy to send you out a sample of one of our other flavors, courtesy of me. Usually that will always trigger a response back. Not always, but most of the time. The next thing you want to do, because again, every single day you're checking your back office. It only takes just a couple of minutes. When you see that customer order has shipped, send them another message. Sally, I'm so excited. I just saw that your Shakeology was shipped out this morning. Here's the tracking number, because it includes the tracking number right in our back office. Here's the tracking number, and then provide, again, something of value. You already know that she bought the chocolate Shakeology from last week, and now her order has shipped. So maybe you send her a cool little chocolate recipe or something like, this is my favorite way to make it. Or the best thing you could do is send them tips on making Shakeology, because a lot of customers, their first time, they think they could pour Shakeology into a cup and stir it with a spoon. And you all know you can't do it that way. So maybe put together just, 3 little easy steps on making your favorite Shakeology concoction. So that's reach out number 2. You've sent the thank you, you've sent the tracking, you let them know, please contact me when you receive your product. Again, most of the time they're not going to be rushing to email their coach when their product came in the mail. So make a note on your calendar for 5 days after the shipment date. Typically, customers will receive their products within 3 to 5 days. So on that 5th day, you're sending another message. Sally, hey, it's Daphne again. Just wanted to make sure that you've received your Shakeology by now. Let me know. And again, provide something of value. Ask them, do you want to join my next Shakeology group? What are your reasons for joining Shakeology? This is when you're diving in. If you haven't already, you might have had this discussion in the very beginning before they even purchased the product, but now they have their product. So you want to know, when are they getting started? Do they have a plan in place? Do they know how to use the product? And do they know how to contact you in case they have any questions? So all of these steps, you've now touched this customer 3 times within about a week to week and a half process. Trust me, if I'm a new customer, I'm going to think, wow, my coach is on top of it. She is out there. She knows what products that I'm using. She knows when I'm going to start. She knows when my goals are. She's provided, a free sample of another flavored, because, maybe I don't like the chocolate, but I love this new vanilla. So instead of completely canceling my next month's shipment, I already know I like vanilla, so I might order vanilla next time, right? So after you've done that initial series of contacts, then you want to make sure that you have a good system in place to how often that you're reaching out. Now, if it's somebody that bought a challenge pack and they're going into one of your challenge groups, obviously you're keeping track of them and you're touching them in the group, and that's going to be a little bit different. But if it's someone that just kind of bought a one-off product like Shakeology and they're not any challenges, make sure you reach out once they receive their product. Reach out at minimum, no later than 7 days. Because what you don't want to happen is a week to go by and either they haven't even opened their Shakeology and tried it, or they've just been completely making it wrong and they hate it, and all over Facebook they're like, this is the worst decision we ever made. Or they could totally love it and they're already talking to all their friends about it. They've maybe been referring people to you. It can go in any direction. So you want to make sure after that customer receives their product that, again, within 1 week, you're doing a follow-up, doing a check-in. How do you like it? And then from there, just add them. Again, they should already be on your contact list, so you're going to be touching them every single month anyways with that newsletter we spoke about in the beginning. So what happens when you work this way? Well, going back to fishing, I now have a customer. My customer, not only did I get and put into my ice bucket, I'm going to go home. I'm going to fillet my fish. I'm going to marinate it. I'm going to put it into a foil, squeeze some lemon on it. That fish is going to be so much value to me and my family than if I would have just left it in the ice bucket. And not to say the fish is going to be happy, but in speaking of customer to coach or, customer to coach terms, when you provide good customer service like that and you show your customers the value of the products and they see the results, those are the people that are in turn either going to refer their friends to you or decide to sign up as a coach themselves. So I hope this helped a little bit. If you don't have a plan in place, put this plan in place. It definitely works. Trust me, guys, I've been on the opposite side. I've been a customer. I've been on the sales side as well, where you have to be doing all the, consistent touch points. Don't think that someone's just going to reach out to you after they bought their product and it's just going to go 100%. Most of the time, it does not go that way. And you want to catch the customer in the very beginning of this versus the reactive part of the customer process where you haven't reached out to them, they haven't heard from you in weeks, they've had this product either sitting on their kitchen counter or, again, they've hated it and they've canceled it. They've already talked to, 15 of their friends about how Shakeology doesn't work for them. So by the time you reach out, they're like, no thanks, right? So again, hope this helped you guys. If you already have a plan in place, that's fantastic. If not, put together a customer lifecycle process. It's easy to schedule it if you have an email system just to do reoccurring, push your appointments out. So if I send out my thank you email today, I can automatically go on my calendar for, my 1 week for my shipping email that I'm going to send out, etc. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me or your upline sponsor. Have a great day, everybody.